All right, the name of our show is called The Wingmen Show. And the reason it's called The Wingmen Show is because we like to emphasize and highlight people who help other people. Boy, do I have a wingman for you today, Dr. Paul. What if I told you that one man was responsible for teaching 10,000 people to swim? He wanted to end drowning in his home country of India, and he lived in the Indian state of Kerala. His name was Saji Velasaro, and he lived in the Indian state of Kerala, and 15 kids died drowning in a river near him, and it propelled him to start teaching people how to swim. You read this story. Tell me what you think about it.
I think that's tremendous. He said, I guess what got him into action was some school children and their teacher or teachers were in a boat going from, I guess, point A to point B around that area. They overturned and apparently they all drowned. Nobody could swim. And that got him to starting his own club. I think he worked with his relatives to make sure they knew how to swim. And then one thing led to another, and more people joined him, and he eventually founded his own swimming club, which is tremendous. Let me ask you a question. Do you know, you spent some time in St. Thomas. Were there people there who lived on the island that didn't know how to swim?
100,000% yes. There are many people who live on islands surrounded by water that don't know how to swim. And this is very funny, but it's true. My mother only gave me one piece of marriage advice, I swear. She said, do not marry anybody who cannot swim.
That's unusual. What did she ever say why she thought that way?
Well, the earth is 2/3 water, and anybody who hasn't learned how to swim usually mentally is not aware of other things around them. Learning how to swim is one of the mandatory things you should teach a kid as he grows up. So I think that's why she said it. But, you know, this guy in India, he says you can go from non-swimming to swimming in 16 lessons. And he really didn't teach you how to swim so much as he taught you how to survive in the water. Because the river that those kids drowned in was called the Periyar River, and it had really, really strong currents. And so what he did is he made lanes from kindergarten to doctorate. The doctorate lanes were in the very, very strong currents of the river, where the kindergarten lanes were kind of not, and that's how you started off. I just thought that was very interesting. But yes, there are a lot of people in the islands that don't know how to swim. Do you know why? Why would you think that is, Dr. Paul?
That was fear because I had a cousin of mine who didn't know how to swim at all in Jamaica, surrounded by water. He was actually taught by another cousin from New York on vacation, who went down and actually literally taught him to swim. I couldn't believe the story. So yeah, it's true. And he actually ended up being a good swimmer. But sometimes, some people have more exposure than others.